we have been seeing about electrochemistry. Now, we also see about corrosion, which is also a part of electrochemistry. Corrosion, you know very well that in our household articles made up of iron, if they are exposed continuously to air, you will see some rust, that is some brownish dots appearing after some time. And over the period of time, the brownish parts eat away the surface of the utensil or any of the iron surface, and you see some holes or some gaps in the iron plates or iron utensils or whatever it is. So this process is called corrosion. So corrosion itself is a electrochemical reaction. So what is involved here? The present thing is iron. The articles are made out of iron. Iron is continuously getting interacted with O2 of the air plus H2O of the atmosphere. O2 of the atmosphere and H2O of the atmosphere. You know very well that atmosphere also contains water vapor. Water vapor is nothing but H2O. And oxygen, you know very well, it's a part of the air. 21% of air is oxygen. So these type of chemical reaction, they affect the whole thing to form Fe2O3, Fe2O3, XX2O. This Fe2O3, XX2O is called the rust. Chemically, rust is nothing but Fe2O3, XS2O. If you take the type of reactions which are happening, Fe is first converted to Fe2 plus 2 electrons. Okay, Fe is converted to Fe2 plus 2 electrons, and this Fe2 plus again interacts with oxygen. You see, this Fe should also get into contact with oxygen and H2O. Fe plus O2 plus H2O give them Fe2 plus 2 electrons, and these 2 electrons are further absorbed in the typical reaction. Furthermore of Fe2 plus O2 plus H2O, this raised to Fe2O3. This gives rise to Fe2O3 XS2. Okay. So, you know that iron is the universal metal where most of the engine parts or any of the machinery parts or even for that matter utensils are made out of iron. So, but you can't hide the iron from atmosphere, and so this is a deteriorating effect on the iron made particles, iron made substances. So, how to control this? To control this formation of rust, you know very well, people generally do barrier protection. What do you mean by barrier protection? You actually, whatever is a surface which is exposed to atmosphere is painted. You paint the surface, definitely there is no direct contact of the atmospheric air with the oxygen, with the metal or with the Fe, so that there is no rust formation. There is also a thing called sacrificial protection. What do you mean by sacrificial protection? Between two things, one is of lesser cost, other is of higher cost. The lesser cost thing can be sacrificed. Say for example, if the iron is covered with certain substances like either tin or zinc or whatever it is, so this gives a protective layer above the iron surface. So the same zinc or iron, tin may also actually be acted upon by atmosphere. So what happens? Only the zinc will be eaten away by the atmospheric oxygen and moisture. So once we know the color of this thing, once you coat it with the zinc or the zinc, the color will be different than the metal's color. So you first coat it with this. Then subsequently, whenever there is a exposure, that is, we could see that the coating wears away, we have to reprotect it with the coating. So this is called the sacrificial protection. So though there are a lot of advantages of electrochemistry by way of electrolysis, electrochemical reactions and all, these are some of the deteriorating effects of corrosion. And people all over the world are spending a lot of money on preventing the corrosion. Now let us see about the order of the reaction. Order of the reaction is the sum of the coefficients of the concentrations of the reactants in the rate law equation. Sum of the coefficients of the concentration of the reactants as seen in the rate law equation. So I am saying in case m moles of A plus n moles of B plus, we will take for this thing S moles of B at C or P moles of C. M moles of A plus N moles of B plus N moles of C react to form the products. So M moles of A, N moles of B, P moles of C react to form products. So what is the rate law equation for this? Rate law equation is equal to concentration of A to the power M concentration of A to the power M and concentration of B to the power N and concentration of C to the power P. So now what is the order of this reaction? Order of the reaction is equal to M for reactant A and N for reactant B and P for reactant C. So order with respect to A is M, order with respect to B is N, and order with respect to C is equal to P. So overall order, what is the overall order? M plus N plus P. As I have told you, the sum of the coefficients of the reactants as expressed in rate law equation. M plus N plus P is equal to order. Saying about order of the reaction, now we should know what is the unit for rate constant. So what is the unit for rate constant? Say in case if there are n moles of A forming products. So what is the rate for this reaction? Rate is equal to K into A power N. So what is rate constant? K is equal to 1 by A, 1 by N to 1 by N into concentration. So we know K is equal to 1 by N into concentration. For N, what is the unit for N? Also is, N is whatever is, this is also concentration, that is also concentration with respect to time, isn't it? Rate of change of concentration with respect to time. This is what we have seen. You can write it as concentration and this thing, but as per the expression, we see rate of change of concentration divided by delta T. So let us remember one formula without confusion. So now writing the units. Unit for this is 1 by concentration to the power N. 1 by concentration to the power N. Here it is only into concentration divided by time. Time is usually measured in seconds, isn't it? So time, which we measure in seconds, concentration we generally measure in moles per liter, isn't it? Moles per liter. So what happens? The denominator and the numerator, once this is 1, concentration to the power 1, this thing, so this is mole per liter, mole per liter to the power 1 minus n into 1 by second, 1 by second, or mole liter to the power 1 minus n and into second inverse. Mole liter to the power 1 minus n into second minus 1. So in general, if you take, we have already seen the concept order of the reaction. Depending on the order, 1 minus order gives the concentration, and the second into second. Understood? So this is the unit for rate constant. Let us see how the units for rate constant vary with different types of orders of the reaction, namely first order reaction, second order reaction, third order reaction, and other things.